So now you people understood what a data flow is, right? It is basically about the variables only. How a data flow between the variables across your coding. That is called as data flow testing. Okay. So now going to the next one, control flow testing. So as the name says, now what is the control statement here is like we have these, right? So depending on what to say, we make a decision, okay, based on this, this should happen, that one, or we have for loop, we have do while loop, we have many statements, right? So those things, so working across those controls, okay, they'll test across those controls of their application is called as control flow. Okay, focuses on the order or flow of execution of statements in a code. So depending on that decision making only, your what your code will flow, right? So they will write test cases for that and they will test it. Test cases created based on the control structure. So we have something called flow graph notations. Okay. So how they do is they create a flow graph for that. And for that flow graph, as you know, in state transition, we had some pictures, right? So in that way, we also have some notations for flow graph. Okay. So we have a circle for node. Okay. See, this is called node. Okay, and then we have edges. How the flow happens, that is called as edges. Decision is what decision we make, that is called as decision nodes. And junction nodes is, so when this is going to end, or a single statement, from a single statement multiple things happen, or from a multiple thing we achieve a same what is a same statement. So in this way, what will happen is your junction node will come into picture. Okay, so I'll explain you with an example. So here we have a code. This is a code. Okay, we are just going to check the eligibility of a person for a voter card. Okay, so in this is a variable which is called age. So what we are checking is, if age is going to be greater than 18, we are going to print you're eligible for a voter card. Else we are just going to print that he is not eligible. Okay, this is a very simple code. For this, how they will draw the flow diagram is, so start, we are going to start, this is a node. And then input age, obviously we need to input an age. Okay, after that, what will happen is, we have a decision node over here, right? Decision node, it checks if age is greater than 18. If yes, then he'll be eligible. I forgot to add yes and no here, and I forgot to edit it also. I'll update it. Wait, I'll update it here itself. Text. Where is the text box? Okay. So in our school days or college days, you would have seen a flow chart, right? So it is in that way only. So age is 18. So this is a decision node. From this, they will check if it is no, they will mark it as not eligible. And yes, they will mark it as eligible. And these three will end up in the stop, right? So that is called as, this is called as junction node. Okay. So how they will test is, what will happen if I give an age of 18, or it will obviously stop because we don't have any condition for 18. We are just going to check after 18 or before 18. For 18, we didn't write any code over here, right? If it is greater than or equal to 18, it will go here. So now if I give 18, this flow will take place, right? They will write a test case for this. And what will happen if I give age of 20? this flow will take place, right? If I give 2 as age, this flow should take place. So this is how they write that control flow, using control flow testing method, they will write their, what to say, unit test cases. Okay. Understood what a control flow testing is? Okay. So now we have something called cyclomatic complexity. Okay. So the complexity of the code, complexity means how complex the code is. How they decide that is based on how many, what is it, decision or control loops they use in their code. So based on that, they will decide the complexity of a code. Okay. So this is also a graphical model. So focuses on logical complexity of a code based on decision making statements. Okay. So graphical model based on decision making. This is the formula for complexity. How they do is, so you know what a edge is, what a node is, right? So these are nodes and these are edges. These arrow marks are edges. So how they define the complexity is edges, total number of edges minus total number of nodes. These one. Okay. And they'll add a 2 to it. So the value which comes over here will define the complexity. So how they are going to do is, it is based on the input values we give, right? So now, so imagine we have the same thing. Okay. So we have uh, how many edges over here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. This is the flow chart. This is how the, what is this? How they change it to the graphical form. Okay, everything they will convert it into node in this way. And always the stop, right? They will always link it with the what start. Okay, I don't know why they do this. This is quite technical because I'm not part of white box and all. So they always link it to the starting node. So now if you see here, the total number of what to say, your edges are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 edges you have, right? And how many nodes you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have just 6 nodes. So your complexity of this code, this piece of code, which I showed you earlier, right here, this piece of code is going to be 8 minus 6 plus 2. So it will be 4. Okay. You got it? You understood what a cyclomatic complexity is? How they define it? Okay. So now next is branch coverage. We have branch coverage and path coverage. Both will be the same. Okay. So what will happen is, like in branch coverage, they will check every branches of this, branches in the sense, uh, if else. Okay, if else is a branch. Okay, so in only in if else we'll be getting true or false. So based on that, they will be calculating the branch coverage of their, what to say, uh, of their code. Okay, so here we have the branch coverage as 8, right? So with respect to this also, how much flow it will take place, they will assume it and they will calculate it as 8. But in path coverage, based on all, say in a code, I have a if statement, I have a for statement, I have a do while statement, while statement, we have many, right? So based on all of the things, they will decide how complex their code is and they'll perform their unit testing over there. So this is about path coverage. So this is today was complete. I know it is technically, everything was technical today. So I have put my maximum effort to make you people understand. So you just understand the basic concept of these things, okay? So that in interview, if they ask you also, they'll not go very deep into every topics, and they'll not ask you, can you give the complex, what to say, formula for a statement coverage and all, they won't ask you. You have to just have on mind what all techniques they use. If they ask you, you can say statement coverage and all the things, cyclomatic complexity, you can just give it as an answer. Okay, so don't get confused a lot. So I just wanted to share only these today. So any questions in today topic?